In this animation, we will introduce you to fluorescence microscopy.